from Miami, the FedEx BCS National Championship game.
Notice how Oklahoma is trying to crowd the line of scrimmage and create mismatches with extra guys early in the down count. First and second down. As it goes on, they like to show blitz and get out and go to coverage. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 5.
Catch by Harvard, and that is a first down. He found the sticks at the 30, got to the 31, and they'll move him forward.
Brent Venables decided to go after Tim Tebow on that play, but he found the hot receiver versus the blitz, able to deliver the ball before the pressure could get in his face.
Florida won its first 3 games this season, including victories over Miami and Tennessee. Then the final weekend of September, stunned in the swamp by Ole Miss. A game which they lost 3 fumbles. Tim Tebow sacked 3 times and only rushed for 124 yards in that game, their second lowest total of the year. But then in their final 9 games, they averaged almost 270 rushing yards per game. Coming up on the Southwest Halftime Report, Chris Rose, Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and Eddie George will have the first half analysis, followed by performances from the Florida and Oklahoma marching bands.
See if Florida tries to get some type of misdirection, crossing routes again. That's where they've been very successful, trying to work against the linebackers of Oklahoma.
Tebow will keep it, and they've really bottled him up in the run game. In fact, they have bottled up this entire Gator run game.
Done a nice job. That means the defensive line of Oklahoma is winning its battles versus the offensive line of Florida. Able to take the space, take the gaps, what people call run fits. Everyone in the right gap, in the right spot, nowhere for Tebow to go.
3rd and 5. Intercepted. And down to the 27-yard line again, it's big Gerald McCoy.
How about the zone blitz on the touch? Watch in the middle here. He's going to back off, and then he becomes the guy. Talk about Gerald McCoy. They had 2 guys, both in the middle. Adrian Taylor, 86. Gerald McCoy, 93. The 2 defensive tackles faked the rush, dropped into zone coverage. Tim Tebow didn't read it correctly, threw it right to the defensive tackle.
Tebow has thrown as many interceptions in the game tonight as he threw the entire season, 13 games.
Let's see if Oklahoma tries to attack right now off of a sudden change with the most accurate thrower in the game and the Heisman Trophy winner.
They're going to hand it to Brown inside the 20. Run out of bounds inside the 10.
Charlie Strong, the defensive coordinator for Florida, said we cannot let Oklahoma run the football. Oklahoma is running the football at will right now. The left side of the line, Phil Lodeholt, 79, Duke Robinson, 72, and John Cooper, the center, number 50. Plus, they're getting help from their tight end and fullback.
Look at those numbers for Chris Brown.
And they say he's not the home run hitter. But if you look at the numbers through the year, Tom, he had more 20-yard runs than DeMarco Murray had. So he can move it better than what people give him credit for.
And there are those that will tell you that Chris Brown, only a junior, has a very bright future not only at Oklahoma but beyond. He's so versatile.
This offensive line for Oklahoma is telling their coaching staff while they look over, will you just keep running the football? Their confidence very high right now that they can create gaps in the Florida defense.
Brown again. Cuts it back to the inside. Tripped up inside the 5. Down to the 4 by Janoris Jenkins. 3rd and goal.
If you're an offensive lineman right now, you don't want to hear any call except run the football. You see Charlie Strong try to get this Florida team lined up as the tempo increases for Oklahoma.
Brown on 3rd and goal, sniffing the end zone, but Apparently just short. All right, decision time here. Fourth and goal.
Go.
You go.
Go.